Hello everybody, it's Mary here. I am introducing to you our new leather that is going to be releasing on Saturday, October 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific time. This is a completely new leather that we've never carried before. It is called Caramel. This is a nubuck leather, so it is chrome tanned and top grain, and it is so incredibly beautiful, you guys. It is soft buff, super velvety, really soft to the touch, pretty squishy, and just like a dream to hold. It has a matte coloring to it, and it is drum dyed, so you will see there are some variations, but you won't see any variations in color really. You'll mostly see these like character variations, like this lighter area here, the scars and striations. Here's a scar in the back of here. Here's a wrinkle here. This one I would say is a more characterful leather. Here's one that has a little bit of a smoother surface variation, so very little variation in there, very little character. You can see a little bit of dark little scars here, but for the most part, pretty smooth for all you people who don't really like all of that crazy texture and scarring and all that kind of stuff. So this leather is about 2.2 to 3.7 millimeters thick. You'll see it is on the thicker side, although it is still really pliable. It does have some structure, like where the leather is doubled layered for the pockets. It's pretty structured on this side, but it still has some really nice pliability to it that lets it be really like just nice and soft to hold, and it'll mold around your inserts and your notebook really nicely. And again, this leather is so nice to just touch, like you would not want to put this down. So we'll be releasing this leather in the Cascade design, the folio design, the Cascade folio design, and the nano. So they'll be releasing in all sizes that these designs come in. I wanted to show you a little test of this leather, the durability. I have a little sample here where that I can kind of beat up and show you what it's like. Again, not too floppy, but it is pretty pliable, and it's a bit thick, so it has some structure to it. Let's do a scratch test on here. It does mark up, but it buffs out with a bit of rubbing from your fingers. Overall though, it does not form deep scratches or marks. It just has this kind of light area that happens. It just has this kind of like lighter marks that happen that again you can just rub out, but you won't experience the deep markings like you would with a Austin leather or similar leathers like Austin. Let's do a little water test. So I have some water here on my finger, and we'll just put some water on here. So you see that did absorb pretty quickly, and it's turned into kind of like a little darker area. Let's sprinkle some water on here. You see those droplets? Let's wipe them off. The droplets, I don't really see them. So if you do get this leather wet a little bit and you wipe it off right away, should be fine. If you rub it in like I did here, it will definitely soak in, but let's let this to dry and we'll see what it looks like. All right, we are back with Caramel's water test. You can see right here where I had poured or rubbed in the water. It is barely visible. This is after about 20 minutes of it drying. So this one is really durable. You don't really have to worry much about it getting caught in the rain or getting specks of water on there or getting some marks on there. You can easily buff whatever happens on it out. Here's a little sample of what our inscription fonts would look like on this leather. So there'll be a kind of dark brownish gray color and pretty starkly contrasted against this light kind of caramelly brown. So that's really pretty if you want to get an inscription on there. Now I'd like to compare Caramel to some other leathers that we've carried in our shop before. So I'll place this down right here. The first one that I'm going to compare it to is January. Still available in limited sizes. You can see texture is a lot different. Color is a little bit similar, but Caramel is a bit more of a golden brown color, more warm, where January is more sandy. Next, I would like to compare it to Emma in the Austin collection. Emma is a lot shinier, where this is more matte and it's lighter. It's a lot thicker and it has more structure. Next, I'll compare it to Darcy. These colors are a little bit closer to each other in terms of warmth and tone, but you can definitely see that Darcy is a darker shade of brown than Caramel, and again, a lot shinier and a lot thicker and more structured. Here it is compared to Giovanni, where Giovanni is shinier and a bit more yellow, I would say, than Caramel. Giovanni is thinner than Caramel, and you'll really notice that as well in the hand. Giovanni is a lot more pliable than Caramel is. And Caramel is also, the texture is a lot softer than any of these that I've shown. And here is Caramel compared to Creme Brulee. You can see Creme is a lot thicker than Caramel, and it is pretty dark compared to Caramel as well. It has a lot more texture, more pebbling to it, and I would say it feels a little bit drier than Caramel does. And then I'll just put all of these back for you to reference the colors. And Angel. And here I don't have one to compare it to, but here is an old leather that we used to carry, Angel. And I would say Angel patinaed is kind of similar to the color of Caramel. I would say it's pretty similarly pliable, but also pretty similarly thick. And it's a little bit shinier than caramel. And this little patina, where caramel wants. Great, thank you for joining me in learning more about caramel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great weekend.